girl, calm down. What did I say? I said calm down. Sometimes you need to stare a fight in the face, impending fight, and say, what, you know what, I'm not going to fight. My husband is upsetting me. My husband is trying to, get on my wrong side, but I'm going to just ignore him and just be happy with him. Hi everyone, welcome to Nama Today. My name is Nama and I'm really glad to be here. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about toxic traits that you have or toxic traits that you're exhibiting that are preventing you from being a better wife. First thing I'm going to be talking about is that you do not take criticism, you do not take correction, you do not take feedback well. Now, before you criticize me, before you crucify me, everybody in a relationship needs feedback. Everybody in a relationship needs criticism, whether you're the man or the woman. But today I'm talking about women. So you're a woman and you do not like feedback, you do not like criticism. See, very few people like to be told that what they're doing isn't being done right or to be disagreed with. So it's not like a big deal. I mean, it doesn't make you a horrible person that you don't like feedback, but you just need to realize that you need feedback and you need to create an environment whereby your partner or your spouse can give you feedback. Now, I'm not talking about just, any kind of feedback given offhandedly or given aggressively, but just genuine feedback. Somebody is just trying to tell you, oh, I think that the way you handle this, it could have been done a different way, whatever it has to do with, whether it has to do with raising your children or just projects that people are involved in together, or how to handle the staff in your home or whatever, your work, just anything. And the person, your partner or your husband is letting you know, okay, I think you should have done this. And anytime you hear somebody counter your opinion, it just feels like the person is coming at you, the person wants to fight you, the person feels like you don't know what you're doing. Just calm down. You can't know everything. I mean, and that's why you have somebody in this journey with you, somebody who can, just kind of center you. You do it for the person and the person does it for you. You have to create an environment that makes it easy for, your husband to tell you, oh, why did we do it this way? If you don't do that, what you'll find out is that he might end up not saying anything anymore. And that's not because you are not making mistakes or you're not doing things incorrectly, but he just doesn't want to be shut down or put out or put up. You are missing out on the advantage of having an extra mind or an extra opinion, somebody who genuinely wants to help you. Why would you want to do that? So, as much as you would like to correct him or give him feedback on things that he's doing, he should also be able to give you feedback. If you need to, both of you need to come to an agreement on how you want this feedback. You feel like, oh, he's not giving it to you in a way that you can receive it, then let him know, oh, can you next time maybe say it this way or say it that way? But for you to push back on it completely, I think that you're doing yourself a disservice. The second thing is the silent treatment syndrome. I want to call it silent treatment syndrome, and I think a lot of women do this. Myself inclusive, I'm a work in progress and I've become a lot better, but for some reason, women just tend to withdraw or keep silent or even try to punish their husbands when they're unhappy with them. So your husband has done something to you and then you don't talk anymore. And I know there are various reasons why you do this, either because you don't know how to express what it is that you want to say, or you just need some time to yourself, whatever reason. But I'm just here to tell you today that, that period when you people are not talking, you're just allowing all manner of things to fester. You're just allowing all manner of things to just grow. It's not helping the relationship, it's hurting it even more, because your husband doesn't know what you're thinking. He has offended you, he probably feels bad, you're not saying anything, you're punishing him, you're allowing too much time to pass or to waste before you attend to the issue. So I'm not saying that this is something that you can easily deal with, but I think that you can work on it. You can consciously make an effort and say, if I used to keep malice for 2 days, I will reduce it to like 1 day, and then from there go down. No, but that's a joke. But you can just try, make an effort, and just whenever you feel like I don't want to say anything to him, just look for something, whatever it is that you can say, even if it means say something like, you said fair. and get out of that place so that you don't allow resentment, bitterness, time wasters. And then sometimes when you get back together, you find out that, it's still a little bit raw, it's a little tense. You want to avoid that. Don't want to keep doing it, you don't want to keep practicing it, because the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more you are hurting the men. Ask your husband. The other thing is that you do not communicate effectively. Now, it's somehow related to silent treatment, but it's not exactly silent treatment. Silent treatment is more maybe because you're angry or you're hurt. But communication sometimes can be either because you do not know how to communicate, you don't know how to express yourself. You might want to say something, but you don't know how to express yourself. Either because you're in the beginning of a relationship and you don't really know how that other person will feel if you say what you want to say, you're still learning each other. Or every time you say something, it just comes out wrong. Or anytime you say something, the other person just takes it the wrong way. So you're not really communicating effectively. But like most things in marriage, communication takes practice. You start in small bits and then you increase. Not saying how you feel, not saying what you want is a very dangerous and toxic trait in a relationship, because it just helps, it just causes a build-up. And then after a while, there might just be an outburst. You need to speak up. And if you're not speaking up, the other person doesn't know what's going on. And they're just carrying on like everything is okay. And then one day you tell them, you know what? I'm just not happy. So whatever it is that's making you happy, let it be known early on. Next thing I'm going to talk about is not building trust. Trust is so important. It is so key in a relationship. And it is actively built. Sometimes unconsciously you are doing things that make your husband not to trust you. You say you are where you are not. You're spending money in a way that he doesn't really know about. You're doing things that he doesn't really know of. Now, I believe that trust begets trust. And now we're talking about, like I said, somebody who is a willing partner in a relationship, an honest partner in a relationship, and you're keeping things from him. Do not do to him what you would not want him to do to you. I hope I got that right. So, you want him to trust you. You want to build that trust. But if after 1 or 2 or 3 times he finds out that you are not where you said you would be, or you are hiding something, whether it is an alert or whether it is something you bought, it's doing something to him. It's just letting him know, I can't trust this person. I can't trust her. She's not all in. That's just the signal that you're sending, and it's a very bad signal. You don't want to do that. You don't want to start that, because your husband could equally be doing that, and how would you feel about that? So when you come into a relationship, unless that person has given you cause not to trust them, start out by going all in. Just have faith. It's a leap of faith. Just leaping. Tell them where you are. I'm at this place, I'm going to be at this place, I'm going to be at that place. And with time, it's not all going to be smooth that, every time that you say what you're doing, he'll accept it. But he will have to learn to accept your truth. If he is a willing partner, he will learn to accept the truth about you. Just the same way that you need to learn to accept the truth about it. Toxic trait here is preconceived notions and assumptions. Either from things that you've heard your mother's mother told your mother, that men are like this, they will always be like this, it doesn't matter what you do, they will always be like, hold up. See, you can spoil a very good thing by judging people too harshly, or just by labeling somebody prematurely. You have a husband who has come into this relationship just wanting to do his best, wanting to give his best, willing to adjust, willing to learn. But from the onset, you already say, oh no, my mom told me that you can't do business with your spouse. Or my mom told me that, men always cheat. You're always judging him harshly. You can come to a place where you break someone's spirit like that. So unless somebody has given you that impression, just come into marriage. I would beg a lot of people, just come into that relationship with your mind clear, your slate clean, and say, you know what, I'm going all in, and unless I'm giving cause to think a certain way, I will give my husband a chance. Toxic trait that you have is that you do not pass up on any opportunity to fight. Girl, calm down. What did I say? I said calm down. Sometimes you need to stare a fight in the face, impending fight, and say, what, you know what, I'm not going to fight. My husband is upsetting me. My husband is trying to, get on my wrong side, but I'm going to just ignore him and just be happy with him. It's something that takes practice. It's not something that you just start and everything just working, because in the beginning you want to, hit him. Every time he does something, you let him know, why did you do that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Sometimes the fight is even justified, but practice letting go. Ask yourself, is it that important? Sometimes it might be that important, but just practice saying, I'm passing up on this one. And you will find out that like maybe 10 minutes later, you people are laughing again and whatever, joking again, and then you can handle the matter later on. But if you pick up on every opportunity to fight, you find out that your home becomes very tense. Your partner really doesn't want to be around you because he doesn't know what he can do that will upset you. Pass up on the opportunity to fight so that you can have a happier. Closely related to this is not cutting your partner some slack. Your man is a human being. He is not a machine. He's not a computer. He's not always going to do it right. He's not always going to put it where you want him to put it. He's not always going to say it the way you want him to say it. He's not always going to be how you want him to be, but just cut him some slack. Always ask yourself, Sika, is this thing very important? Is it going to kill me? Is it not? It's just irritating me. If it's just irritating, mildly irritating, let it be. Let him do what he wants to do. Don't become like a soldier or a principal or an auntie in the house. Just the last one I'm going to talk about is not praying for your spouse. Very deadly. Now, whether or not you started a relationship with God or you caught up later on, praying is very important. And I'll tell you why. Because the character that you need to stay in a relationship, to stay in a loving relationship continually, to continue to give your best in a relationship, is not something that you can develop just by self-will or just by my strength or I resolve. I wake up this morning. Have you noticed that you wake up this morning and you say, oh, today I'm going to be a great wife, and then like 10 minutes later your husband is doing something to annoy you? So it is not just by resolve. You need something deeper. You need the Holy Spirit to help you, to remind you, to give you the attributes that you require, the patience, the perseverance. Now, before I say anything, everybody needs prayers in a relationship, not just the husband or the wife. Everybody, your husband ought to be praying for you, and you ought to be praying for your husband. I'm not just saying pray for your husband. Pray about your marriage. Pray for yourself. Pray for your husband. Your husband has resolved. Your husband probably wants to be a good man. Your husband probably wants to make you proud. He wants to make you happy. He wants to do things. Just pray that God, this resolve that this man has made, help him to uphold it, help him to remain diligent to this cause, help him to remain committed to this marriage. It's not only just to pray that all the women who are looking at him should fall and die. No, pray for his well-being. Now, so I've dealt with this toxic trait. Everybody should pick their own. I have picked mine. I'm a work in progress. I know the things that I'm dealing with and things I want to get rid of, but I know that acknowledging it is the first step. So acknowledge what it is that you have and deal with them so that your home can be better. You don't want to spend the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life in a battleground, do you? No, you don't. So please work on it, and let's all be better wives. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've watched up to this moment, thank you very much. Please just hit the like button, like this video, hit the notification bell so that you get notified when next I have my new video out. Till next time when I come on here.